Yo, what is going on YouTube? My name is Shaden and welcome back guys to a brand new video on channel. Today we are back once again playing some more CarX Drift Racing online. For today ladies and gentlemen, we are taking a look at two of the best drift cars in the game. Well, arguably the best drift cars in the game, because if you think about it, everybody does have their own personal preference on what's good and what's not. Some people like all-wheel drive cars, some people like rear-wheel drive cars, and then you also have your certain amount who like front-wheel drive cars. But in the community on CarX, I've kind of seen a trend where people usually go for the four-door Skylines, specifically the ER34 and the ER32. Now mind you, the ER34 has been in the game from launch, I do believe, and that's been the go-to for a lot of pro drifters and also casual drifters who just want to enjoy the game. Now recently we did actually get a brand new update which I have covered on the channel, which brought us the beautiful ER32, aka the Moon Knight. Now this has arguably been the best drift car that we've gotten in a while. Some even say the best drift car that they have brought into the game. So today we're going to be testing that out to see if that is just a hoax or if that is actually the truth, man. So we're going to be putting the R34 head to head with the R32 and seeing which one comes out on top. Obviously this is all personal preference. Some of you guys might even not think about the R34 and R32 as the best drift cars in the game, but mind you, the community says that they are, man. So with all of that being said, if you guys haven't yet, be sure to drop a like, subscribe if you're about that life, and let's hop straight in. Okay, so we are kicking things off on Springstone with the R32, or ER32 should I say, and you guys can just see off the bat, man, this car is handling absolutely beautifully, unbelievably smooth on the sticks, and it feels absolutely nuts, bro. I mean, this is the reason why everybody loves the four doors. They feel quite similar in my opinion, but obviously they do have their own quirks and pros here and there, so we're going to be testing that out for today and just seeing which one feels better, man, because obviously, mind you, it's all about the feel of the car, man. Even if one has more horsepower, more torque, and arguably even a better tune, it all comes down to which car feels better on the controller. Mind you, a wheel probably feels different, but obviously majority of the people who do play this game are going to be on controller, and that is what we're going to be checking out. Nice little wall tap right there. Damn, bro, you know, honestly speaking, the R34 has been my go-to from day one, honestly, of playing this game and just sliding around trying to get the tandems. And as soon as the R32 came in, or ER32 four-door should I say, it's honestly been my go-to car, man. Just slide around. I put on a nice little vinyl wrap for you guys as well too. Damn, going a bit wide over there, but let me know what you guys do think of this wrap down below. I think it came out looking pretty damn nice, man. I mean, I really do enjoy the more aggressive look on the R32s, and I think the body kit with the damn vinyls makes it look absolutely perfect. But there was a solid run, man, across the line in the 32. Mind you, you can see even in the replays how planted these cars do look. I mean, it doesn't look like the car is struggling to get around these corners. A lot of angle, a lot of speed as well too. And depending on the tune that you do actually equip on these vehicles, you can change it around here and there. But honestly speaking, the R32 felt awesome. It looks great as well too, I will add. And let's hop straight into the ER34 and compare them side by side, man. Same track, same conditions, different car. Okay, so this is the beautiful ER34, the four-door, mind you. And as you guys can see, I went for more of the clean look. This is personally how I would have made my four-door Skyline look if I did actually own one, man. It looks absolutely nuts. We have the golden inner piece of the rims, we have the chrome on the outside, a beautiful cherry red, and nice little black hood, man. I wish we had carbon fiber for it, but sadly we do not. And I think this thing came out looking absolutely beautiful. For some reason my Kino mod does not work anymore. I mean, it usually happens after updates, and that is the reason why we do not have a number plate on this vehicle. But honestly speaking, great looking car. Personally, in my opinion, I like it more than the R32, man. Let me know your thoughts down below. But let's hop straight into Springstone with this vehicle and see how she performs. Okay, so straight off the bat in the R34, one thing I will say that you can feel like off the rip is it's more of a loose car, to say the least. I mean, I don't know if that's the correct terminology, but the car just feels a lot more almost just free in the corners, if that makes sense. It just feels a lot more natural, and it could also be down to the tunes. I mean, these cars barely have any tunes on them, man. I mean, maybe I'll lower it down here and there as some camber, but honestly speaking, man, the R34 off the bat is feeling phenomenal, and it could just be because I do rock it much more often than I have used R32, but then again, man, I mean, the feel of the car doesn't really change in terms of which one is faster, which one is slower, and the angle that you hold, because I said it in the video where we did cover the R32, they feel really similar, man. I mean, unbelievably similar. It almost feels like they took the ER34 and kind of just slapped a different tune on it, if that makes sense. But honestly, they both feel great, and coming around these corners, man, I don't know, bro, I might be biased because I use the R34 so much more than the actual ER32, but it's kind of feeling nicer around these corners up just a tap. But honestly speaking, man, I mean, in my personal opinion, the ER34 looks better and sounds better. I mean, I don't know what happened to my actual turbo sounds. Apparently they made it sound a lot better in the update, but I don't know, man. Every car that I have tested out, I just literally do not hear any turbo sound on them at all. But honestly, cross the line in the 34, not too bad. You guys can kind of see as well too how easy this thing just sails across these corners. It could just be because of the fact that this is a more stancy tune, you know, we got a bit more camber on there, which obviously gives us less grip. But honestly speaking, bro, even other than that, it feels really good going around these corners. The kind of sway of the car mixed with the weight of it, it feels really damn good, bro, and unbelievably similar to the ER32. Personally, just going off Springstone, I'll have to give it to the ER34, man. I feel like the 34 definitely does just feel a bit more natural going around these corners, and it's the whole package, man. I mean, it's just the stigma around the 34, especially the 4 doors, that just make it just look and also feel a bit better, if that makes sense. I mean, it's all personal preference as said, but now we are going to test these cars on KM Road and see which one feels better on a nice little toge. Okay, so for the first run, we are actually going to kick it off in the 34 and then test out the 32, man. But goddamn, bro, the amount of angle that this vehicle does hold, and the fact that it is so easy to hold that much angle in these corners, just absolutely blows me away, man. It's partially the reason why everybody enjoyed this car so much. And obviously, I haven't really been driving a lot in CarX or drifting a lot in CarX, but as said, coming back to the game off the bat and being able to hold these types of lines just proves how good some of these cars are, bro. Obviously, it has something to do with obviously driver skill in a sense, but mind you, a good car is obviously gonna lead to a good damn run, bro, and that's exactly what the ER32 and the ER34 does for a person, man. It makes you feel like you can drift better than you actually can. Not to say that the pro drifters who do use these vehicles are bad, but I'm just saying, man, I mean, it's definitely a lot easier to look good with these things than it is for, say, a Lamborghini or some shit, man. But honestly, this thing is sailing across this damn map. A big fan of KM Road. I run it every single video that we do upload, and yup, still mess it up to this day, bro. But I mean, honestly, this thing is just sailing across this damn map, and it's to be expected, bro. It's what the R34 does in these freaking types of maps, bro. It's just, it's easy, it's lightweight in a sense. I mean, that's probably the best way to describe the weight, bro. It feels like you're driving around in like a damn Lotus Elise or some shit, because I can barely feel the weight of this vehicle. And the 32, surprisingly enough, I mean, IRL it's the other way around, but I feel like the 32 actually weighs a bit more in the sense of like weight transfer. I'm gonna actually have to check that out because I do have the Ultima mod thrown onto both the vehicles. But I mean, as said, man, the 34 absolutely insane car, especially around these types of tracks. And I'm curious to see how the 32 is gonna compare on the toge, bro. Obviously, it's a lot more tactical of a course, and honestly speaking, it's a lot more fun of a course as well too. So the fact that you can put in so little effort, get such good lines out, damn, bro. You know, CarX never really had the best sounding cars in my personal opinion, but they did kinda good with the 34, man. I will say it actually sounds a lot closer to an actual RB than anything else. Damn, bro, this car just looks so freaking good going around these corners. Definitely my favorite looking car out of the two, but as well too, it's unbiased in that sense because I am just going for which one feels the best around the corners. And I will let you guys know after I try out the R32 which one I personally think is the best, and obviously you guys can comment down below which one you think is best, man. But anyways, with all that being said, let's jump into the R32 and test out. Surprisingly enough, one thing that I did actually notice is I guess the classes are based on how fast the car actually is. And the R32 is actually in class 3 and the R34 is in class 4, so pretty interesting. I mean, personally I feel like they should have been in the exact same class, but here's what it is. Okay, so we are back on KMU Road, and we're gonna see how this 32 compares to the actual R34. I mean, off the bat you guys can see it's a lot faster than the actual 34. I mean, it could just be because this is a grippier tune in a sense, but at the same time, bro, it feels a lot heavier than the 34, and especially on the transitions it kind of just has a heavier feel to it, bro. It's a bit slower when you do actually try to transition, and I'm sure they can all be resolved with the tune, but mind you, as I said, these cars have been barely tuned other than the actual height and camber, which yeah, I guess do actually like play a big role in it. But at the same time, I mean, they are very similar tunes, both of which have the ultimate mod, both of which have the engine tune up, so we are running the maximum amount of power you can actually rock in these vehicles. And honestly speaking, both of them handle so damn well with these tunes, man. I'm really happy with the way that both these builds came out. And if I'm being honest with you guys, I'm probably still gonna just keep to the actual R34. That's just my personal opinion on the whole two car battle, because I mean, I have been using it for longer. It does look better in my opinion, and at the same time, it's just a good handling car overall, man. I mean, both of them really do handle really similarly, but I mean, it's kind of like going for a car that has 5 extra horsepower just because it has 5 extra horsepower. You know, if one car sounds better and the other one has a bit more power, I'm probably gonna go with the car that sounds better, man. And that's kind of the situation that we are sat in with this versus the R34. Even though this thing is much faster than the 34 around the corners, it does not have the feel of the actual 34 in my opinion. And yep, that was a major reverse entry. It's actually really cool how easy you can just correct these errors though with these two vehicles, man. It really does add to my point in saying that these vehicles just make you feel like a better driver than you kinda are. And as said, once again, not say that any of the pro drifters are bad, but yep, oh my god, not too bad of a run if I do say so myself. Cross the line. Damn, bro, this body kit came out looking so nice on this vehicle. But with all of that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I think the conclusion that I've kind of came to with these two vehicles is that they both handle great, they both look awesome, but my personal opinion, I mean, the R34 gets it up, man. I mean, it's just the way that it's gonna go, because obviously, as said, it feels a lot nicer going around these corners. It's a lot easier to drift as well too. And honestly speaking, man, I just like the R34 more, but obviously people who like the ER32 more will probably go with the ER32, man. It's just gonna be like that. I mean, as said, it all comes down to personal preference. And personally, I think both of these cars are awesome. I'm probably gonna be using both of them a lot more than anything else that I do have as a build, just because they handle great, they look great, and depending on the lobby that I do join will depend on the car that I do choose, man. I mean, if it's more like a drift muscle lobby, I will go for the ER32, and if more like a car meet or like a stance lobby, like a nice little tandem lobby in a sense, I will go for the actual R34. But with all of that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you guys did enjoy the video. If you did, be sure to drop a like, subscribe if you're about that life, and I'll see you guys back here on Monday with a brand new video on the channel. I'm out. Peace.